So I will speak quickly and do this quickly, but this is the celebration hour, hour 12, our Equinox celebration. And this is where the love happens. This is where connection happens. This is the slot that I had to get quite creative in my artistic skill. I'm actually sitting, it's so funny because I have a blank canvas outside. I'm sitting in the mountains in a forest, and there's just mist outside. So talk about a blank canvas for Equinox celebration. So everybody who does not know me, welcome to Hour 12. My name is Susie Jenkins, and you will find me actually very near to where Nelson Mandela lived and where he went to university, the bottom of our hills. So I'm in incredibly powerful ancestral land. I'd like to thank Violetta, Tim, the Connectathon family, Devon, the tech team. You guys are amazing, and thank you. It's been really an honor to connect with you all, and a lot of fun making this all happen. So today we are remembering our nature, and it seems like that's been a theme throughout the conversation so far. And our connection through it. Our theme today is art is life, life is art. And for many of us, we actually learn, we grow, and we, excuse me, we lead more satisfying lives if we have ways of actually expressing our inner world. As energy beings, which just in case you didn't know, we are in a natural state of flow and movement, creating life as we move along. And we are one large collective being, just what RT says, it's one big being of love, and we all have our own individual pixel to express and to represent this artistic expression as we flow through life. So, we're natural creator beings, and art itself is us creating each moment as we flow from the energy we give off. We do this consciously or unconsciously. And today, in the celebration of the artist life we are, I've asked some of our Connectathon family to share a moment of what their expression of art is to them. And so because I'm in the forest and because it's been so interesting with this project, everyone, I've had internet, I've had power, everything in Africa. So I've gone from the bottom of the hill up to the top of the hill now to actually create this and be actually online for the Equinox. So I got creative and I've made us a movie. So it's popcorn time. It's time for you to get your cuppers. It's a 55-minute video, so we are seriously tight for time, but it will go straight through to the end. So enjoy, and enjoy the celebration of art. And I really trust that it inspires, especially at Equinox time, where this is the balance between night and day, and which means it comes through us. There's a balance happening within us that is being fed through the energies of Earth, as we are all mushrooms. So we're creating this balance within us, and artistic expression is a really powerful art. So tech team, it's movie time. Top of the world in Hogsback in the Eastern Cape. And this is my view at the moment, in this moment, even with a bath with a view. So today is, when this video is being played, is the Equinox celebration in both the north and in the southern hemisphere. So I'm in the southern hemisphere, and I am surrounded by spring. It's just so beautiful here, and I am in the oldest indigenous forest in South Africa, where there is a heart center that has been built here at the local backpackers called Away with the Fairies. So yes, my address actually is Away with the Fairies. You can't make it up.
And I've been on quite a journey the last number of years, which has actually brought me here. And a little while ago, I've been here 3.5 months now. A little while ago, one of the locals asked, said, "Why Hogsback? Please tell us your story." So, in summary, and in the theme with Equinox, both south and north, I really am in the heart of nature. And over the last number of years, I have fully reset my life. And it has brought me here, which is an interesting destination, but I get it now. So my art that I'm expressing, and which has really come out in me, is the art of being, and actually being a coach, a mentor, a guide. Over the last however many years, the information that's come to me, the awareness of what a being is and the role of a being is quite opposite to the human experience of a human doing. And so for years now, I have processed the layers of our humanness, and worked at an energetic level of deciphering exactly what a being is. And in the full unfolding of my experience, it has literally brought me to the essence of my being, which is nature, and which is the love frequency. So I've been in quite a journey of really understanding the energetics of how, we work and we are put together as a multidimensional being. And there is an art to being with the illusionary world that we live in, the power of that mind. Nature brings us into a quieter place where the mind actually, it's like those big engines, it actually comes down. It slows down. It's like a real thing going through those onion layers. And my experience here for the last 3.5 months has been such a massive shift and a reconnection of myself and my energy field with nature herself, and really waking up and remembering my connection of we're the same. So the seasons, my seasons, the cycles, the changes, the elements. So I find myself in this space where my external world completely disintegrated as I woke up and remembered more and more of nature, my natural nature, and going on this journey of literally energetically resetting, external world all dissolving, and bringing me to this place of absolute inner peace and inner calm and connection with myself, like really in my heart space. I've been so in my head and in the idea of, a story out there. So the art of being has been really powerful for my processing and for my evolution, and understanding why I'm here on this earth and what my purpose is. And so the beingness is a real place. It's a energetic field of what our default setting is, which is life. Source, which is love. So every single energetic pixel of myself and of everything around me and of you and of everything, the base energy, it's all made up of love. And the balance of the two energies of positive and negative, feminine, masculine, yin, yang, light, dark. The beautiful fork-tailed drongo diving down here, little bird. And so it's such a real space to come into, like the essence of nature here, of all our elements and all, and reminder of what we're made up of. So for the last 3.5 months, it's been really big of experiencing community life, experiencing Hogsback, experiencing this space, which has taken me out of noise and brought me into silence. It's reconnected me with myself, with the land, space to come into like the essence of nature here, of all our elements and all, and reminder of what we're made up of. So for the last 3.5 months, it's been really big of experiencing community life, experiencing Hogsback, experiencing this space, which has taken me out of noise and brought me into silence. It's reconnected me with myself, with the land, with all the elements, fire, earth, air, water, and spirit. So I'm here to share my journey, and what it has done now is it's completely resettled, I say that because that's what would have been default setting, my base frequency with nature. And so with that, having been pretty lost most of my life and having not a lot of direction and like a buffet of careers and wondering where I'm going to fit in and how I fit in and what have you, it had to all happen so that I could slow everything down from the busyness. And from this place now, my natural gifts and my healing and my talents have a quieter place to actually be birthed and remembered what's coming through me. So I'm really, from the art of being and slowing everything down to literally a stop and resetting and understanding the full dynamics of how I work and how we work energetically, mind, body, and soul, and mastered these energies in this quieter arena. I'm able to leave myself now and really, and I'm really excited with what is coming through. So I'm more in tune now with my writing and with the energy healing work that I'm doing. It's literally, essencing the power of now. Eckhart Tolle, it's a place, and it's a place where there is you're actually embodied in presence, and you have this full soup of all our elements and full understanding and all balanced. So it's this balancing of one's atom. And it's a powerful place to be in this space because this is where the creative juices are all aligned. This is where the inner child comes out to play. This is where everything that it does not serve has fallen away, and everything that is serving frequency-wise from heart space is here. And in that creator energy, one becomes a magnet, and so co-creation is very powerful. So it's been really interesting, the people that have been passing through here, and co-creations, being created on the spot and real-time manifestation and creation. It's a beautiful space to watch. So I've now decided to put some roots down. It's the first time that I'm putting some roots down in years. I've been on my gypsy journey since I reset and sold up all my belongings at the beginning of 2019. So this is my 5th year. And for the last year and a bit, so I've literally been one home a month with my pink suitcase, and I've now decided to put some roots down at a number 13, 13th home in 13 months. And when I find some shelves, I can unpack that suitcase. And so my being has come home, and all along it was coming home to my heart space. And that meant that a lot had to fall away. And from that space now, the new gets created. And I'm super excited. I'm super excited to be here. I'm super excited to run experiences here for reset and recharge and rejuvenate and really step into that aligned energetic power of the magical beings we are. And so there is an art to being, and it has been an honor to be in that experience and to land up here in just literally creator's paradise. This is where J.R.R. Tolkien was apparently inspired for the Lord of the Rings. So any of you authors out there, movie makers, come and get inspired here. It really is very special. So it is a full reset, and it is essential in this world now, in these times, by going inside and healing inside. People don't realize that that is the medicine. Love is the medicine. So that deep dive into oneself is essential in order to come out the other side. And it's powerful, very powerful. So love is how it all heals. And inside first. So it is a great pleasure to be here, and really excited to share more. And so I guess all I can say here is that if you're looking for me and you're looking for that reset, you'll find me away with the fairies in Hogsback, in the Eastern Cape, in sunny South Africa. It's time to come home, and this is where it all happens. I'll show you around now. So one of my favorite places to come and ground myself is in the fairies' garden, in their lands. And there's this incredible pine tree here. So for me, this has become my wishing tree. And there's so many wands lying all over the place. And how's this? You've got to see this. So I didn't see this when I first found the tree, but I did find it afterwards. There is this tree that's decayed. The soil here from the tree and all the bark is very acid. But there's this tree that snapped off up there and right into the ground. And when I saw it, it looks like an arrowhead. It's been dropped out of the sky and straight into the earth. So very, very impressive, and all sorts of seats and things to come and spend some time there. So that's one of my views I've had by sitting at the tree back here. And then it's even a little spot. This is my favorite spot. But right now there is the sun. So I'm going to pick this spot and sit here for a bit and ground myself. So being a human tree, it's so important to remember my address. And I find that just sitting with a tree and taking my shoes off, leaning up against a tree and just catching my breath slowly, I can ground myself pretty immediately. And when you come across these big trees that are just so strong and so rooted and so wise, it's really cool to be able to just pause and find the time, make the time, the moment. And then you find these beings that are hiding. So, yeah. So let's do some grounding and putting my feet onto the earth. So beautiful. So outside the heart center, we have all the elements. This is the section for the air element. And it's got these beautiful stumps to come and sit around. And there's this little San Pedro that is growing there. So it's a really beautiful space. I've done a couple of sessions here, and with these trees, you can actually see all these blossoms now. Spring here is just magnificent. This is my first spring in Hogsback, and I am in awe with the flowers and the beauty of nature. I mean, she really is in her element, yeah, literally. So this is really nice to have this section with the air, and you come and sit here, and with the sound of the trees, remembering that we are air, we are breath, we are voice, we are sound. And so one of my biggest lessons I had when coming back to myself was one of the ones I remember very clearly hearing. I've become, be the breath, and I could put my concentration like on the tip of my nose and feel the breath going in and out, just to bring my concentration in. So we are the breath, we are energy, we are life force, and it's very important to sit, stand, but just to catch one's breath. And it's that breath, that tempo, that determines our ripple. Our energetic signature of what we're putting out to the world starts within. How beautiful is this? It's like, oh, the nature amazing. Look at that. Really pretty. So catch your breath with me here. And remember, one breath can change an entire trajectory. So pick your breath, breathe with your heart. It's a good day. It's a good day to be alive. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you that I am able to breathe. Breathe in all of the new. And this is the fire pit. So it's been built down here with the view of the hogs. This is Hogsback. Some say there's a dragon. This is the dragon rock. It looks like a dragon with a head. And the forest below. So here is the heart center, and here is the fire pit. So they light really beautiful fires here, and fire reminds me of our life force within us, our inspiration, our fuel, our creativity, and remembering that the elements all have their creation side and destruction side, and the power of fire. And so it's learning to harness that fire and to co-create with that fire, and to use that fire for creation and growth and inspiration and motivation and inspired action. So it's a real thing. And they're really beautiful ceremonies that are held here with drumming, and it really is so beautiful. So remember to keep those fires burning and to breathe love into them. And this is what will burn away what is no longer required, and what will create the new with the inspiration and the action. Quite a view. Not a bad view, huh? I'm inside the Heart Center now. This was built about 2 years ago. Local builder. It's so beautiful. So the shape of it is in a hexagon, which is the honeycomb. And this is in the frequency of love, of nature. And so you can feel it when you walk in here, the whole property. And look at this view. Beautiful yellow wood floors. So lots goes on here with various sound journeys and yoga, meditations. We've been running a plank challenge and dancing, conscious dancing, and just beingness. My cards are there. And it's a space that people can come and just sit. It's donation-based for using the space. And then there are the healers that are part of the Heart Center that have the offerings of massages and various other healings, quantum healings, balancings, groundings. We do some really beautiful work here. And here's one of these fireplaces, which is really interesting to drive this in winter. It's like a whole new world, a whole new heater. But the kettle does boil on the top. And in there, this whole wall warms up, so really good space. So this is the space of spirit, of remembering a home address that is love, that is nature. And really grateful, the owner of this property, he's owned the property for 27 years, built this space to heal the broken heart. And that is what it's here for. So the beingness of our authentic, loving selves all comes back to the heart. The home frequency, the reset, recalibrate, recharge, rejuvenate, rebirth. It's really beautiful. Our final element is water. And I wanted to share at a blossom tree, which is a magnolia. Look at this. And it's got the most beautiful petals that remind me of underwater coral. And so I'll stand here and chat about water, and chat about more than 70% of our body is water. Do you know that? In fact, some say up to 90% with all of our blood and with all our cells, all the fluids and everything. Which means, just like nature, just like Mother Earth, we are constantly in motion. Emotion, our water is our emotions. And it's really important to remember that, and that we are made up of liquid. And so it's okay to leak and to really surrender into the flow of life. And sometimes we paddle upstream, but it's a really good idea to drop those oars and to trust life. It really is worth trusting when you're on the right path, and you will be directed and flowed upon, like literally flowing into. It is really, really essential to just have awareness of this water, this fluidity, and to trust the moment more. That's what I've had to do in my story. Like, really trust that the next door will open from this door, and only to really, be present in this moment, because that door will come, whether it comes through a person, whether it comes through a hunch, listening to that voice. The next moment reveals itself in the flow. So really just relaxing into it, and so surrendering to trust. So a big one, a really big one. Honor your flow, and also enjoy water more. Go sit at water, listen to the peace of it. It once you listen to calm water, it calms you down. You go to the ocean, it's quite fierce water, what have you, can let a lot out as well of emotions. But to let these fluids come through us, and these emotions, and it's important. It's important to not dam up our emotions, but to let them flow, so that our body stays in ease and doesn't harbor up dams in dis-ease. So stay hydrated, have a lovely bath, swim, and remember that it's a lot easier dropping the paddle and going downstream in the surrender of this moment by moment. So it's a process anyway. But happy paddling, non-paddling, happy non-paddling, happy dropping paddles, happy surrendering, happy trusting, happy flowing with your life. I wish you that. How does it get better than that? One flow moment at a time. Breathe, and then you flow. It's spring here in the southern hemisphere, and I really have not seen colors like this before. I mean, the flowers are so beautiful, and there are so many different types. Look at this one. How special is that? So I found this, turning the camera here. I found this spot the other day. I came from the other side. There's a deck that I was sitting on. And then I walked behind here, and I found this really cute little swing. And look at the view. So it looks down into the valley. There's the tree and the swing. And it is called Curly's View. So I'm sure there's a story that is behind this. And it really is a beautiful view. So I brought you here to remember to pause every day, some moment, and to take that breath and to land and be and just take in one's surroundings and listen to nature. So that is a green parrot. They have a green parrot project here to bring the species back, and that is the screech of a green parrot. So the spring equinox, symbolic in this part of the world of coming out of winter and into spring and blooming of new. So very symbolic here. It has been a very dark night of the soul for humanity. And, the one side may look absolutely horrific, but the other side, there is growth. So with the spring equinox, know that spring has sprung and the new is here. And so it's very symbolic of this beauty around. I found this spot when I first came in LA here. So here's to the new, for all those who are in that season of spring, whether you be in the northern or southern hemisphere, where you have reset, recalibrated, processed, grown, this is the time for new and new creation. And this energy field then lifts and encourages others. So really get aligned and get into nature and tap into it. How beautiful is this tree? Still to get leaves. The buds are full of buds. And then for those in the autumn in the north who are letting go with their leaves and who are ready to hibernate and go inwards and savor the moments of beingness and really rest and really go deep and get to know thyself and know that on the other side of the world, the spring and those, we're holding that frequency to balance it all out. So you're safe. It's good to go down. It's good to go down. And so this autumn equinox, let go of all those leaves, all that does not serve you as you head to winter. Let it go. It really is time for a new suit. Time to shake it off. So give your bodies all a good shake and shake off the old fear-based pixels. Oh, these flowers are incredible. How's this view? So those are the 3 hogs or the dragon's head. And this is where I've been staying on and off. Oh my gosh, so beautiful. So really, really pretty property this. Really pretty. I've learned about all sorts of plants in the ground. I mean, there's so much medicine. Really quite incredible. Learning about herbs and things. So, happy epic. There's a happy equinox, everyone. Let's turn this around. No, it's not going to turn. So happy equinox. Let it go. Out with the old story, it's done. Look after yourself. Anchor. Breathe in the new. And surrender to your seasons. Surrender to the love. To the changes going within. The outside is merely a reflection of what is happening within. So go inward and really anchor the love and the peace and the beingness. Here we go. And that's where I'm standing in this moment. Being me in this now. In closure to this Equinox celebration, I'd like to remind you all of the nature that you are and the tree you are. So I chose to sit underneath a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful tree. We are human trees and we are nature. So we are made up of all our elements. We're made up of the earth being our body. We have got our blood and liquids all as our water. We have got our breath and what we're made up of energy as air, and we have our fire inside of our life force that runs through us. And we have our spirit, which is what we're made up of, our higher intelligence and expanded being. And I really trust that this equinox, you will spend more time in nature and acknowledge who you are and your true nature and your beingness. And so here's to you being, here's to us all being, here's to us healing the world by being our authentic selves, by being ourselves that's in the beautiful high vibration of the love that we are, that every pixel of us is love, in the knowing that, the better feeling and the higher energy that we keep of honoring ourselves by filling our cup first. So essential that we bring this love to the world through us, remembering that we are love, remembering that we are all of nature, remembering that we are the elements, remembering that it is so important to ground all of this and to get barefoot and get on the ground and to honor yourself and to listen to your voice and to say yes to the right things and feel into it and get into your sensory being, and reminding you and me and all of us that we are one. We are one big energy field of love, all individually represented in our form. So whether we're a tree or me or you, or even I've got bees buzzing around here. We all have our role to play, and it's to own that role and to really, really, really dig deep and to find that love story and to meet you again and to meet the beautiful, beautiful beings we all are. So I wish you a happy, happy, happy equinox. I wish you a happy spring equinox, happy autumn equinox. We've got each other in this, so if we're budding or if we're going down under, to meet ourselves more, know that we're one unit. So you're not alone, we're all together in this, and it's an absolute honor. Thank you so much for being here, and it's an honor to be part of this celebration. So from Hogsback in the Eastern Cape Amatola Mountains of South Africa, I'm signing out, and I'm wishing you all so much love, lots of love.